At the Rio Olympics, the world was introduced to and enchanted by 16-year-old gymnast Laurie Hernandez, a member of Team USA's gold medal winning Final Five. She became known, as you guys know, as the human emoji. Well, now Laurie she's got a brand new book out. It's called I Got This, to gold and beyond. Laurie Hernandez, hi.
Hi.
We hung out in Rio. We had a thing, me and you. It's been several months since the Olympic Games have sort of wrapped up. How you've been? I feel like you've been on a dead sprint since you've been back. What has life been like? Just give me a little capsule post-Olympics.
It's definitely been a giant whirlwind.
Yeah.
You know, lots of media, lots of like different new experiences that I would have never experienced, you know, a year or two ago.
Was it what you expected?
I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. I don't think anybody could have prepared me for what was coming post-Olympics.
You're so smart to write this book because so many young kids look up to you and they saw you on that TV and they said, gosh, I want to be like her. The title, I Got This. Like, where did that originate from?
So basically, I was a little bit nervous before competing beam at the Olympics. And I had like this nervous tick to talk to myself and just be like, okay, you can do it. You're good. Like, I believe in you.
I got this. You can do it.
And right before I hopped up there, I said, I got this to myself. And then I hopped up and hit a nice routine and it went viral.
Were you calm when you stepped up to do your routine? You got on the beam and you said to yourself, I got this. Did you physically feel calm, or do you have that kind of heart pounding, freaking out thing a little bit?
Well, I usually have that right before I go on.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, oh boy, you just kind of want it to be over. And then right before you get up on the beam, it's like after saying, I got this, it's like your whole body just kind of relaxes, and then I was able to think clearly. So
a lot of people would look at you and they would say, wow, she's 16 years old, hasn't hit a speed bump. Like, life has been amazing for Laurie. Like, but we should point out that your life hasn't been always so simple. You had injuries, you had issues going through this. How did you kind of get through those?
Well, basically, as a gymnast, I mean, everyone knows that injuries just kind of come and go between the sport and between like meet seasons. It really doesn't matter what time of the year it is, it just happens. And so mine happened in the middle of the year. I had to get surgery on my knee, and I remember just laying in my couch like, man, my knee hurts really bad. This is going to be really hard to come back. And my family was kind of there like, we believe in you.
I got to tell you, I fell in love with your entire family when we were at the Olympics. And one of my favorite stories in your book is the one about the tissues.
Yeah.
Will you tell that story?
Yeah, so basically before Olympic trials, we went out to eat.
Yeah.
And I had a little breakdown because practice was really rough and my routines weren't coming the way I wanted them to. And this poor waitress kept bringing over like piles of tissues. And
who were you with?
I was with my dad, my sister, and I think one of my teammates.
Yeah.
And so we were leaving, and my sister told my dad, like, I'm going to save these tissues. I'm going to give them to her when she makes the team. I'm thinking to myself, like, you guys are crazy. Like, it's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen, right?
And so we did Olympic trials. I made the team. We went out to eat as a family to kind of celebrate the moment. And my sister handed me a goodie bag with the tissues in them.
Oh.
And she was kind of like, even when you felt you couldn't believe in yourself, we were there for you. So it was a really defining moment.
Well,
nice.
you know, it's fun because everyone needs someone to look up to. You saw Shawn Johnson when you were a little girl.
I did.
And you looked up there and you saw Shawn Johnson and she won a gold and you thought to yourself, my gosh, I can do that. Do you remember that little girl in you watching her? And just tell me what that was like.
I mean, I do remember, you know, I was really, really young when I was doing like ballet. I mean, I stayed for sugar cookies, but I remember just sitting there, and at some point I looked at the TV and I saw this gymnast doing flips, and she was so graceful and powerful, and I was like, oh, I want to do what she does. And I looked at my mom and I was like, I want to be like her. I want to go to the Olympics like her. My mom was like, oh, okay. And she put me in.
Wow. You're 16, so there are a lot of things 16-year-old girls like to do. They like to get their driver's license.
They like to go shopping.
They like to go shopping. Okay, and they like to go on their first date. Which one of those, tell me the order in which you're going to do those things.
Well, as soon as I find the time to come home, I definitely want to get my driver's license. Yeah. Shopping, I don't. Not lately. I haven't been shopping.
All right, and first date?
First date, I don't know. My schedule doesn't want me to have a date, so.
And does your dad want you to have a date?
No.
I didn't think so.
Mom's okay with it.
Mom's
Dad's more
okay.
like, don't.
Well, this book, Laurie, is inspiring for young people and for grown-ups and for moms with kids, but you've done a great thing. I can't believe you're only 16 years old.
Thank you.
Tokyo 2020?
Possibly, I think so.
You do?
I mean, I had such a good time and experience at 2016. I'd love to go back.
We hope so. Laurie, thank you for everything. playing.
Thank you.
Again, the book is called I Got This. Laurie's going to be back again with us at 10 o'clock.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.